welcome my friends to this real quick tutorial instructions on how to do this little 8 Lovely Friends assignment. The idea of this assignment is to get you guys really comfortable with working with these 8 basic functions that ultimately you want to really understand so well that they're memorized. I just don't want you to try to memorize them with brute force. I want you to just work with them, so that you just start to become very, very familiar with them. That's a much better way to ultimately memorize them. So what I'm going to have you do for this one, you can read these instructions, take a moment. I'm just going to give you a quick little example. The first thing I want you to notice is these are not lined up in any way. These are all random. These are your 8 functions. I did make a mistake. I put the square root of x twice. So one of these is supposed to be x squared, which of course is the parabola, right? We know that. So these are your base functions, all right? Everything's right at the origin. These are like the cleanest versions. And once you understand and know the base, then you can transform them easily. So it's a 2-part assignment. The first step is just to take each one of these 8 and just sketch them out on your own on a piece of graph paper. And what I want you to do is label it and then create a little chart, a little table. So here's an example. Like I took this function to start with. I sketched it out. Of course, I did that in the computer. And I made a little x and a y chart. Remember, you could call it f of x equals absolute value of x from y, whatever. So I'm pretty sure this is the absolute value function. I just kind of have a pretty good memory of that. And now what I want to do is double check. If this is the absolute value function, then when I pick these points, they should match up. So let's see. Remember what the absolute value is. It takes whatever's inside the absolute value signs and makes it positive. So a -3 would become a +3, right? Let me just do it really quick. Whoop, whoop. So I look at my chart. 1, 2, 3, -3, and there's +3. So that looks good. A -2 would become a +2. 0 would stay at 0. 1, some people think it flips it. Doesn't flip it. It stays positive, right? 3. So let's see. 1 is 1, 0, 0. 3 is 3. So yes, indeed, this clearly supports that this must be the absolute value function. The points match up. So it's just a way to kind of like re-familiarize myself and be very confident that I have the right function. Because on a test, you're going to want to be able to quickly identify a function, and then maybe you want to double check yourself. So you just pick a few points. Now the second part of the assignment is for you to, I wrote down here, on a second sheet, please repeat this, except I want you to transform the function some way. Like I wrote here 5 units to the right, and some of them move it 4 units down. So just reminding yourself, what would that mean? So to move this to the right, you would say x, since it's to the right, it's the opposite. So you say -3, right? So that would move it to the right 3. And if I wanted to move it up or down, I would keep this part the same and say I would say +3. That should move it up. So for the second part, I want you to just do a simple transformation, regraph it. You can graph it on the same thing and do a dotted line or do a second one. So like for example, I'm going to do this one, x -3. So I'm going to move it 3 places to the right. And then I'm going to make like a little dotted line, dash line. So it should look like this. And then just pick 1 or 2 points just to verify you get it right. So when x is 3, 3 minus 3 is 0, that's good. When x is 4, 4 minus 3 is 1, that's good. When x is 2, 2 minus 3 is negative. So anyways, you get the idea. And make a little chart. I'm not doing it to show you because I'm just trying to do it real quick for you. So that's the idea between the Lovely Friends, is just to take a few minutes, re-sketch those 8 common functions, very beautiful functions, and then create a little table and verify that you indeed picked the right function. Of course, some of them are very straightforward. Some of them are a little bit strange, like these straight lines may give you a little trouble at first. So just have a little fun with that. Take your time.